Hey all, just want to go through the markets today. Got a few possible opportunities coming up. Just need to be careful of different time frames. They could be traps, but we'll just go over everything just as a general quick overview. Bitcoin weekly, still not really much to report home about. We've still got a little bit of room to get to the peak of this descending triangle. So at the moment, I'm pretty neutral, not bullish, not bearish. We haven't had a weekly close above 11,500 yet. So until we actually do that, I'm not a full bull. And also we've held firm above 9,500, so until such time as we break below that, I won't be going full bearish either. So we can still possibly get a few little short-term trading opportunities within. But at the moment it's very much neutral, could go either way. There's cases for both bulls and bears, so just waiting on the sidelines for the weekly. That will give our longer term bias. The daily closed pretty well for the bulls. That's a nice low test pin bar, followed by the previous day as well. So there's buyers sitting in around 10,000, hoping to push this back up for another retest of the trend line and possibly a breakout. Breakout will be the first sign of a bullish move, and then, as I said, the weekly close above 11,500. That's where I'll be interested in loading up on longs. But for me, the time being, I do believe we'll have another retest of about 9,400, 9,500. We may bounce off there again and head up higher. Time will tell. On the 1 hour, I'll just point that one out. It's been well documented. There's a falling wedge and we've broken out. It has done. If you took the breakout, you probably got a little bit of profit there, but I'm a little bit skeptical of the move. I don't really see it as a full breakout to continue higher yet. Yeah, I can sort of see us getting to about 10,300, 10,400, maybe up to this resistance level here before another leg down. So I do still anticipate more downside unless we can break above 10,500 possibly. That's a pretty good, really strong resistance level there. So yeah, just got an eye on Bitcoin at the moment. I'm not looking to trade it just as yet unless we can break this or reject it just for a little quick in and out trade before our longer term bias plays out. Ethereum doesn't really look too healthy to me. As you can see here on the weekly, we're most certainly in a trend reversal here. We're looking pretty bearish. This weekly support level here we've broken, possibly going to come up and retest at about the low 190s, and also the weekly 20 MA, which has been pretty good dynamic support and resistance. So I don't expect too much upside on Ethereum. The daily tried to have a bullish pullback, but these daily candles here, there's just the bulls have been squashed. That's indecision, that's sellers stepping in. I would have liked a retest of this trend line and the daily 50 MA for a short, but we haven't quite got there. So we possibly could be looking at shorts prior to that, depending on the next couple of days. The 4 hour here is possibly the best chart to be looking at an actual entry. So we've just built this channel and we've got this resistance band in here, so anywhere in this region, the higher the better really. I'll be looking for possibly shorts, so anywhere near here within this zone, I could probably start staggering in shorts, and provided we don't break out. If we do break out above 180, 190, I'll probably be looking to close. However, that will be where our trend line and daily 50 MA is, so it could be a premature close. So pretty low leverage on this one if you're entering now, but a breakout of this this trend line bottom of the channel here would be the best confirmation. So likewise with Bitcoin, just a little bit cautious, not really prepared to jump into anything yet. Let's have a look at Bitcoin Cash. Falling wedge on Bitcoin Cash, but we're possibly just getting tapped out and going to go back inside this wedge. So not a great deal on the daily. It doesn't seem bullish to me yet, still making higher lower highs. The 1 hour, a little bit of support here actually. I didn't see that just before. So it could be bouncing off support here. So that's just a break and retest to head higher, which may confirm on the daily just a breakout of that falling wedge. So yeah, perhaps I was keen on shorting this one. I'll show you. It wasn't the best setup I'm looking at, but I was looking at possibly a break and retest of the 1 hour 50 EMA to head short, with caution of the 4 hour 50, which is a 1 hour 200 EMA, and look to target the previous lows. But I think based on just that support line there I've found, might just hold our horses on that one. So we'll wait and see. Litecoin looks pretty good for a short. The only concern I have is the deceleration and weekly candle here. That's a pretty good dragonfly doji, which is a reversal candle. RSI is well oversold, and if we can break and close above this horizontal level here, which is pretty key, a little bit more of a zone. Around this level here. So if we pop back up there, a deeper pullback's in order. But we could just get a lower time frame trade just for now. Pretty good rising wedge on Litecoin. So this is the main ones I'm looking at, but I want a nice deep pullback, a decent pullback to at least the 1 hour 50 EMA, and then target the previous low with a bit of caution on the 4 hour 50 EMA, of course. So stop would be above the previous highs. We've got a double top there, MACD divergence, so probably a good entry taking the breakout on that one actually. So we'll wait and see on that one. I'll be keen on trading that one, but caution on the weekly. So I'll be pretty quick to move my stop to break even just to protect ourselves if we jump in this trade. But just want a little bit more of a pullback. I'm not going to chase trades at the moment. EOS at weekly support. Not very good support. There's a couple of rejections there on the weekly, and nice deceleration and finding a floor here. Pretty good bullish weekly close last week. RSI oversold. So pullback looks like it's in order on the weekly. On the daily, we've retested daily 50 EMA and look to be stalling and rejecting it. So a close back below this horizontal level is pretty important, and looks like a possible falling wedge on the daily as well. So the weekly support and pullback may be in play. A break and retest above here to go long. Could be quite a good trade, good mid-term hold. Nothing really at the moment on the 1 hour. This could really just be like a phase line entry. If this pops to the upside, could look at going for another run. Stops below previous low, and away we go, just trail up. Yeah, so EOS has got a little bit of merit at the moment. We'll wait and see. Didn't quite get an entry the other day. This is one that was hot on my watch list. We broke out of this trend line, and I wanted to pull back to about the 4 hour 50 EMA, but we didn't get it. It just kept going. Bit of a shame. But anyway, so I'm not bearish on the EOS. It actually looks pretty good to head higher. We closed out our Ripple trade for break even the other day. We just had some wicks here and a double top and a trend line that we broke below. So once we broke below that, we moved our stops up to break even. We got taken out for break even. At the moment we're sitting on support, so we could get a bounce here and head higher, but just a little bit cautious on that because it's oppositely correlated to Bitcoin. Not without question that we could head higher, so I'll be watching. ADA looks pretty good to head lower, actually, to be honest. Just the weekly's got a good deceleration as well, but it's not at support, not like Litecoin. But that's a pretty good weekly close. RSI well oversold, so it does need a deeper pullback, but lower time frames looks like we could be heading a little bit lower. Just bring up the 4-hour quickly. So we could be bouncing off support here. So this could be a break and retest to head higher. This is what I said at the start of the video. We've got a few potential trades, but the 4 hours is a little bit tricky. This could be a trap to head higher, more of a bullish move. Makes sense. That would be a higher low, and away we go. But on the 1 hour, it looks like a pretty clean break and retest, lower high on resistance. So an entry would be about there. Just try and run it down to the previous low. So looks really good on the 1 hour, and a few of them do, Litecoin, etc. Resistance band there, resistance zone, which we've broken back below. A retest and rejection of it would be a lower high, possibly even a little head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, down we go. But the 4 hour paints a little bit of a different story. Tron, a little bit annoyed with Tron that it didn't quite get to this 4 hour trend line. Would have been a fantastic short. This level around here, about 160 sats, pretty good support there. Triple bottom before breaking through, and then a retest there would have been great, but we didn't get there. We've broken back below, so I do actually want to short this now. I do think we're going to go back down to our previous low here, but on the 1 hour, like it's just gone a bit too far now. I don't want to chase that. We need to pull back. So it's kind of a channel, not quite a falling wedge. So that 1 hour 50 EMA has been pretty good dynamic support and resistance. So if we can come back and retest that about 150 sats, I'll stop at about the previous high. We can just follow that down to the previous low. It's an 8% move, but I think this one, I think Tron's going to go pretty low. This is a trade I'd want to keep open for a while. Trouble is, it's middle of September. The quarterly contracts end in 2 weeks, so any trade can only really go that long. Bit of a shame. I'd have to look for a re-entry. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Yeah, a lot of the altcoins look like pretty good shorts, but the 4 hour isn't quite there. It could be a break and retest to head higher. So main eyes on Bitcoin for now. So hope you enjoyed the analysis. Just to be careful with your trades. That's why multi-time frame analysis is really important. Can't just concentrate on the lower time frames and expect it to pan out in the long term. If you're a scalper or a short-term trader, that's fine, but me, myself, a swing trader, need to really focus on the 4 hour and daily as well. So that's it, guys. I'll keep you posted later in the day if we can get some bit better pullbacks and a cheeky little trade in before the end of the week.